Hi, it's Alan, Chairman of the RPSA. Hope you're doing well. Just thought I'd come on today and have a quick chat with you about the Richard Large case. And I'm sure many of you have heard about this. An award was made against the surveyor, Richard Large, which was an exceptional award, £750,000 against him. I've had a lot of phone calls, emails, questions, a lot of very, very worried surveyors. Should they change what they do? Do they have to put lots of extra caveats and exceptions in their reports? Just wanted to give you my thoughts, and it's important to say, I am not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice. I can't tell you what is right and what is wrong legally. These are my thoughts, my personal thoughts, but I think we can learn some lessons from this. So the important thing to say that this was both exceptional and unexceptional in equal measure. It was unexceptional because all Richard did was a regular level 2 home buyer RICS report. But it was exceptional in the outcomes. So there was 5 parties involved here. There was the contractor, there was building control, there was the solicitor, there was the architect, and there was the surveyor. Now, the interesting thing is that there was no apportionment of the responsibility decided by the court. That wasn't a question they considered. So was Richard 100% responsible? Was he 50% responsible? Was he 10% responsible, or not at all? That wasn't considered. It was just a negligence claim against him, and the award was made against him, full stop. Had some apportionment been made, and don't ask me why it wasn't considered. I don't know these legal matters. I don't know why. So I'm sure somebody can tell me. But had it been considered, then I'm sure the outcome would have been quite different. So there was a whole series of I call it an incident pit. So lots of different things happened which all conspired to create one hugely exceptional set of circumstances. And I think that's the point for me, is that this falls into that 0.001% of cases where everything goes horribly wrong. And probably it doesn't matter what Richard did at all. He probably couldn't have influenced the outcome because he just went and did his job. And that's what we should do, is go and do our job. And I think that the lesson for me here is that we should focus on the things we can control, not worry about the things we can't control. We can control the 99.9%. And how do we do that? We do that by doing a really thorough job and a really professional job. So the lesson that I'm taking away from this, and interestingly, it wasn't a question mark over what Richard did. The only question mark over his survey actually was whether he should, as he turned up at the property, whether he should have thought, no, I've contracted to do a home buyers. I don't think it's a home buyers. I should be doing a building survey, and I've got to go back and renegotiate. Now, I understand there's probably a lot of pressure on a surveyor at that point to do what they've agreed to do and what's been paid for and agreed in terms of engagement and all the rest of it. And that might be a factor that we need to consider. So I do think that we need to sort of look at how that affects our judgment. And if we can control 99.9% of what we do, then let's not worry about that other 0.001%. So what do we do? How do we control it? We reduce the risk of claims and complaints by doing our job really, really thoroughly, professionally, and completely on every occasion. And that's why I think that if we all follow the RPSA standards, which calls for a full and thorough inspection on every single occasion, then I think we reduce risk. And by reducing risk, we reduce the opportunity for something untoward to happen. So do a full and thorough report. I personally do not see now that there can be any case for doing a level 2 type inspection. We should only be doing level 3 full and thorough inspections. And the report itself will reflect the property. So if it's a simpler property, the defects will in the main be simpler, and the remediation of those will again be sort of less detailed. And so we need a simpler report, what we call a home survey. If it's a more complicated and older, more difficult, more involved property, then our defects are going to be more complicated. The descriptions of those and the remediation will be more detailed, and we need a building survey. It's really simple. Let's keep it simple. So we will look, the RPSA, we are looking at the terms of engagement in respect to particularly of liability caps, is whether or not we can put a limit on the amount that could be claimed against us. My understanding, and again I stress I'm not a lawyer, my understanding is that it can be quite difficult probably to get a liability cap to stick. It happens between businesses. It's quite common to have liability caps, but each party is deemed to be a professional and understand the implications of a liability cap. Where we're dealing with members of the public, then I think that it's assumed they would not understand the consequences of a liability cap. And in an instance like this case, where the award was huge because it considered many other factors, then I think a judge probably would not be willing to take it on board. But I think that's still to do. We will have a look at that and see whether or not there's something that we need to do there. But what I would say to you, and I just must stress this point to you, is do not worry about the 0.001% of cases where it all goes horribly wrong. We cannot control it. There's just things we can't control in the world. Let's face it, pandemics we can't control, and even with governments around the world trying to do something, you still can't do it. There's always going to be that. Let us control the things we can control. Let's concentrate on those, do a full and thorough inspection, deliver great reports, be really professional, and remember that it all depends on your report. That is the only thing your client will judge you on, is the quality of your report. So writing a really fantastic report with lots of good photos in it, lots of good information, nice and clear, that's what people want. That's what we do, and that's what we should concentrate on. So, don't worry, go back to your job. Don't spend your life looking over your shoulder. Spend your life looking at the property. That's what you're being paid to do, and that as a professional is what we should be doing. So that's what RPSA is there to help you do. So down below there, www.rpsa.org.uk. If you're not a member, it's only £120 a year, but we're out there, we're working for you, we're supporting you, and we are about delivering really great reports to home buyers. So thank you for your time. Look after yourself, keep well. Hope to see you again soon. Remember, chairman@rpsa.org.uk, chairman@rpsa.org.uk. I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any thoughts or comments, then do drop me an email, give me a call, catch up with you soon. Bye for now.